We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We throwing money in the airline. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We throwing money in the airline. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. Throwing money in the airline. We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
It's a pinnacle code, living on a killer code. Never tell me different stories when it comes to killer code. Everybody pinnacle, never tell me killer code. Everybody coming from the who's on a kinapo. Everybody stacking by the same cause you never know the stories that are coming from the same blood, living in a pinnacle.
We throwing money in the airline. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We throwing money in the airline. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We throwing money in the airline. We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
Come in with a ski max, bitch with a B-bag. I got a 4-4 with a 4-0. Coming in with some mojo with a Gucci bag.
We in here, one don't get, and we ain't fit, can't get in here. We getting lit in here. I don't care, and the girls dancing everywhere. The bottle popping everywhere, the money overflowing everywhere, the swags everywhere, designers everywhere.
Hello, is my mic working? There we go. Wazam, me too. Drinking coconut water. Not sponsored, so can't put it up there for long. But you have to be mindful of what you put in your body. Alright. Let's chill. You know what kind of trade it is. You know what kind of stream it is. This Uganda Trades Stream. It's a Uganda Trade Stream. This stream's going to be very powerful, impactful. I'm going to keep it simple. So before we get started, you know how I am, man. I've been grinding. I'm not gonna lie, I've been grinding. Really tough. You know, it's a grind out here. It's not easy. I'm gonna say that. It's not easy. But to get started for real, before I get really started, I wanna, shout out to my other platforms, man. Shout out to my YouTube first. If you're watching on Twitch, this is my YouTube Uganda Trades, and if you're watching on YouTube, man, go show love to my other platforms. And I should be dropping daily TikTok videos, TikTok shorts, YouTube shorts, and videos. I'll be dropping these daily. We're dropping them daily. And I'm gonna stay consistent, I think past week was a short week. It's kind of busy week, so I'm gonna stay to it. I'm gonna stick to it. Just dropping the videos. Go show support and love to them. I'm grinding out here. It's a grind. It's a long grind, but I appreciate all the love and the likes and people watching, Like, I appreciate all that love, man. I appreciate it. Really, I do. It means a lot to me. Not gonna lie, it means a lot to me. So, your like, your one view, your one comment means a lot. It keeps me going, keeps me coming back on a daily basis. Want to stay on here longer. So, that's all I want. That's before I get started. I want to say that. But y'all like that intro song though, man? I made that in 2016, 2018. Fire, man. That was some of my friend group, if you ever ask. Really good song, really fire song, motivational. We in there, you know what I'm saying? We in the stock market. You know what I'm saying? We are in the stock market trying to make a killing. And it's great. But today's stream, the title is homework. It's literally homework. Who remembers having to do homework in high school, in middle school, even elementary? I hated homework. Everybody hates homework. Don't like homework. I hate, having to do stuff. that's outside of what you got to do. And I feel like a lot of traders, we don't do our homework. We expect to certain results without putting in that work. So, I read a book. I didn't read a book. I listened to a book because, I'm an audio reader. My reading is not my forte. And I listened to, I think, Market Wizards, and a lot of the Market Wizards were all saying just doing the homework. If you want to be extraordinary, if you want to be better, and you want to be better than the average, you want to be better than the 90% of traders, you must do your homework. You must put in that work. And homework is just literally doing what you got to do. And today I was kind of riding my bike, working out, and I'm listening to another book called The Mental Game of Trading. And the reason trading is kind of difficult to not do homework is, let's say we can get discouraged, right? We can lose or win, and we have this confidence meter. So thing is about homework is, let's say you start, let me present y'all something, because I feel like y'all looking at my face, y'all they're gonna fall asleep. So like the importance of like doing your homework, I just got homework. Let me just pull up right quick. Let me just pull up some videos actually. Hope I don't get copyrighted on these videos. Doing homework. Homework. Yeah, let's see, man. I want to keep y'all, y'all got a short extension span. I'm trying to give y'all something to. All right, we're not doing it. Shout out to this video, but this dude's doing his homework, man. He's doing his algebra homework. So, actually, no, this is boring. Not gonna lie. Let's go back. Let's do stock price moving. Not do that. Let's see. All right, let's just open up this. Go on a random date. Give me a random bar. Go on a daily. Give a 1 times, 5 times. We in 2012. All right. So I got y'all looking at something while I speak, because I feel like a lot of y'all got short extension time extended. Y'all need to be looking at something, right? So doing your homework, the importance of it, like in order to be great, to be above the average, like you gotta do your homework. And one thing I noticed is, like, if you want to be mediocre and average, like, don't do your homework. You just expect results without putting in that work. Because you're gonna have to do homework. Is doing home. You at home. Like at home, you don't expect to do any work. You at home. But if you want to be above and beyond, you're gonna have to put in that work. And one thing I noticed is that, back to my original topic about confidence and us maintaining that and us doing our homework and journaling, the importance of that is that us traders, we all humans, we all got pride, right? And I'm a prideful guy. I feel like I'll learn a concept, I'll go back test and I do really good, and I'll be prideful and I don't feel like I need to do it again. But the problem with that is that I might need to continue to do it. Like, that's the homework. Like, back testing is my homework. And then not just back testing, looking at the charts, seeing, drawing them up, even going live on Sunday is a part of my homework routine. And the importance of that is really key to my success of trading and becoming a successful trader. So another thing is is reason why a lot of people don't even do their homework. The 95% who fail, or the 90% who fail, is that they let the confidence affect on the amount of work they do. So, for instance, if a trader, the 90%, is not consistent, the 90% is a non-consistent trader, goes into market and loses, right? But prior, before going into the market, they had this confidence where they're gonna do their homework and they're gonna do the due diligence of marking it up, clearing their charts, making sure everything is up to par. But once they start winning, right, they get too egotistical. They get a lot of confidence where they feel like they don't need to do what they needed to do before that win. So they feel like that win came out of nowhere, right? But to be the 10%, no matter how good or how bad, because even the one thing I'll tell you, even the traders, the chartists, whatever, the traders who are really bad, or the 90%, they fail to realize that their confidence affects what they do outside of just trading, because trading is the work, but the homework is charting up and doing what you need to do on a necessary basis. So, for example, like I said earlier, the 90%, they go into the chart, right? They go into trading, they are doing the homework, they're charting up, and then they start taking losses. So that loss is going to affect the way they're going to be doing their homework. They're going to change up there. They're going to start looking at, I need to look at a new way of looking at the market, and they're going to look for alternatives on why they're losing, instead of them consistently staying and doing the right thing and doing the homework. So you got to learn, like, homework is a must be done to be successful. Like, all of the successful traders do homework. They do more and beyond the charts. Ooh, that's a great title. Behind the charts. The work you do behind the charts. When you're in the charts, you're trading, that's beautiful and all, but there's also work you're gonna do behind the charts, because charts and the trading is one thing, but what you do behind it is clearly more important, or as important as you getting into trades and working on that. Even homework doesn't have to be just you trading. Homework is also analyzing yourself, how you feel in certain moments, how you feel after a loss. Because right now I'm kind of, reading this book, The Mental Game of Trading, and I'm just looking at it like, even when I backtest, I'm getting tilted, I'm getting angry, I'm getting FOMO, I got to get into opportunity, so working on your little part, that's homework. Just doing the little part, doing what you got to do on a necessary level. That's very important. That's very key. Yeah, so I'm just yapping right now, but also the key importance too of trading is journaling. And I know I've not been journaling, and I kind of made my points last week about the importance of journaling, and I went ahead and bought a journaling logbook. So all my trades I'll be taking on my new account, even starting now, I still got a few trades I took, this past few weeks, and I gotta, chart them down, put them down, and kind of go back and see where the mistakes I made, and where I can improve upon, because this is gonna help you, it's gonna help be accountable. It's gonna help you. Gonna help with being accountable. Yes, this is gonna help with being accountable. Let me stop this, man. It's kind of annoying. I hate. It's kind of great seeing, price action on a chart where I speak, but it's distracting me. I'm looking at it like, dang, okay, it's a support resistance right there. Price breaking support, retest. Kind of hard for me to keep my composure in my sentences intact. But I'll go back to this because this is straight up homework, and the importance of doing it, the importance of doing it. So, like the first point I said, it's very key. It's key for us. It's very key for us to do what we got to do. It's key. The homework is very key. And even journaling is a part of your homework. The things you do behind the charts, the things you do behind the charts, beyond the charts, because trading is more than just, you know, clicking a button here and there. You know, I don't want to call out my friend, but he said, oh, like I helped him with something. He's like, oh, what do you charge me extra? I'm like, man, look, I don't know how to do it. You know, you can go somewhere else. So that's all I say. Like, trading is more than just you. It's trading is more than you just pressing the button up and down. It's gonna expose a lot of, you know, what you feel. It's gonna expose a lot of things you feel about yourself. So the importance of just you keeping locked in, of you just locked in, just it's not even locked in. I don't recall locking. It's just doing the homework, doing what you got to do. You know, looking at the charts, seeing if prices crossing over certain points, and just doing what needs to be done in the back end. You know, a lot of stuff you see on the front end. Let's say for a company like Apple, look it up, Apple. Like a lot of their profits, like Apple Music, a lot of you know, a lot of a lot of Apple products and all that stuff, right? This is the front end. This is what we see. Like you seen the website. This is what you see. You're looking at the, you know, whatever. Like you seen the MacBook. This is so beautifully laid out. But I'll tell you this though. Are you in the back end? Can you see like the programming and the layout? That's the back end, and that's what keeps this machine flowing. That's what keep people buying. The way this is even set up, it's set up it's set up for a purpose. You know, it's not the same. Look at a way company run. Look. You gotta look at trading like you running a company, like you running a company by yourself. You're a sole proprietorship where you gotta do everything. Unless you get to a point where you need to hire a team, you know, to do some of your homework. That's great, but for you to start out, you gotta look at yourself like a company, right? Your front end is your balance sheet. It's your P&L. It's you making money in the stock market. But the back end, the stuff you do in the back end, you know, like Apple right now is probably hiring, firing. They got, you know, product managers, you know, looking ways to sell you more iPhones on a yearly basis. That's the back end. But in the front end, all you see is the iPhone. All you see is them reporting earnings and stuff. And that's how you gotta look at yourself. Like you're Apple on a smaller scale, like once you get to a certain level of success where people can do your backhand work, your front hand is gonna show, and people only gonna see your front hand. People gonna see your cars, your Bentayga. Like successful traders always have, not always have, because you know, you don't need to have a luxury car, a luxury lifestyle to show that you are consistently profitable. You know, you don't need. You can just be earning yearly like a average salary. You can be working for yourself. That's successful. You don't need to have anything, but this is your front end. You just being able to work for yourself is your front end. Front end. The back end. Homework is your back end work. Homework is your back end work. You don't need, let me go to images, man. This Bentayga. Oh, so beautiful. Or now it's my dream cars. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. Oh, English. I am obsessed with this car right now. Not gonna lie. Where's Car Gurus? Go Car Gurus. Even this website right here, Car Gurus. Like you're seeing like, you know, this is the front end page. Like it takes time. It's taking, you know, even for people to. What am I looking at? RAM. Here we go. Bentley. Bentayga. Boom. Oh my gosh. What year is this? Ooh, go to 2021. I'm swear nobody's talking about the price appreciation of these things. Look at brand new. Okay, that's 2025. Let's look at 2025. 330K MSRP. That's crazy. Not even gonna lie. Like this is 320. I mean 270, 330, 400. Let's go to 2024. 2024. Boom, 200. All right, let's go to 2023. 2023. Look at the depreciation, by the way. This is nuts. This is nuts, man. Buy new, you're the sucker, man. Buy new, you're a sucker. Unless you reload that car, but man, get you a used car, man. Oh my God. This is 2022. This is 100 and okay, let's go to 2021. But look, you're literally dropping off. You get more miles, but look, bruh, it's the same car. What? I don't see a damn change. Let's go to 2022. What changed? What's the difference? You can't even tell me the difference between the 2023 and 2022. Even the 2020. Let's go look at 2020. I can't freaking tell. I'm sorry. But this car, BS. But back to my conversation earlier about the importance of doing it. You are doing the back end and it's going to show in the front end. So whatever you do beyond the charts is going to your success is going to show in the front end. Like it's going to show like in your profits and the trades you take. Now you're not going to be 100% profit. Like it's not going to like doing your homework it's not going to guarantee instant success, but it's going to improve upon it if you do everything you need to do, if you do your due diligence. That's all I got to say. I don't want to, harp on this conversation any longer because I've already spent probably over 15 minutes on this. I just want to like emphasize the importance of doing it and like why we need to do it, why I need to do it. Like I'm looking at my charts. I need to do back testing. Even one thing I noticed about back testing I need to do is kind of know how I feel. I feel like when I'm talking through my trades, like I do better. Like when I'm streaming and I'm just like, okay, look, price is creating a resistance here. Just that's how you got to think. Thinking out loud helps me trade better. Maybe like when I get into the market, I'm going to be more talkative. I'm gonna talk to myself so I hear out my thoughts because I have my thoughts in my head. By hearing them out might help me, in the future and the long term, on a long term perspective, and making more profit. But yeah, so doing your homework. Back to the topic, man. Just do your homework, man. Journalize the importance of journalizing. This is very important. Let me go on the just chat. This is very important. Journalize. Like, just log your trades, but also log how you feel. Log if you got upset. Log if you feel FOMO. Log if you feel like the market did you unfairly justice. Log if you feel unlucky that every trade you take is going against you. Just say that. Log if you didn't do your homework and you went and traded and you lost. Yeah. Supposed to be good for me. Coconut water is supposed to be good for me, man. This shit sucks. I ain't gonna lie, I drank some. Man, I ain't gonna lie, I had some energy, dog. I had some energy. I drank some coconut water. Man, I see why them Jamaicans be running fast. To be drinking coconut. I had a lot of energy, not gonna lie. Like I was up, I was more focused. Like sometimes hydration is not about like you being able to run whatever. Sometimes hydration is hydrating your mind, letting that blood flow, let that good blood get rinsed out, I'm drinking pomegranate juice, like it's 100% pomegranate, blueberries, just sweet. It's also important, like if you want to look a certain type of way, if you want to attract a certain way, you also got to put in the back work. If you want to have great muscles, like you're not gonna have good looking muscles, good looking arms if you don't go out and go in the gym or do what you got to do to get those results. You're not gonna do it. So that's the importance. It's like going to the gym. That's another great example. Like if you want to look good or you want to look like a bodybuilder, you gotta put in that work. You gotta go in and put in that work. You gotta diet. That's the thing about going to the gym. So you think like, oh, well, that's a great example. I should use that at first. So like doing your homework is like when you go to the gym, like you're still gonna have to eat right. You're still gonna have to sleep. You're still gonna have to recover. You know, that's also important to. And then the end result is your body looking great. You be in a better mood. You taking your supplements. I don't believe in supplements. I believe in eating right, getting enough sleep though. But that's the importance of doing it. Like if you expect a certain result from you just, you know, not even taking the proper technique, you're not gonna get there. Trust. And a lot of people feel like trading, people get lucky here and there, but like long term, bro, you're gonna give it all back. So yeah. Now it's time to do the homework. All right. Doing the homework right now. Ooh, sorry, that's the wrong transition. All right. Damn. I want to keep that up. I want to keep that up, man. Motivation. You need more. It's not motivation. It's just, you know, I know what kind of car I want in the future. Let me see yours. So I'm gonna get this. Ooh, look at this bad boy. Does he have the leather seats I want? Cause some don't be having the good leather seats. Ooh, yes. Oh, the wood. The wood is kind of ugly. Not gonna lie. I prefer like a black finish. But it's a great. Okay, can we get the seats? Oh yeah. See that triangular box shape quilt, whatever. That's what I like. Some Bentleys don't got that. Ooh, the B for. I don't know. It's a V12. Ooh, this is a S Speed. Ooh, this is an S too, and it's 2021. Bro, that's a great deal. Bentley Bentayga. Ooh. Combustion engine mileage. God damn. Should be cooked. But go back to other results. This is a nice car, man. Give it a like and leave me alone. All right, let's go back to the. Ooh, what about this one? This is a regular one. It's a V8, and like the V8. Let's see, does he have the leather seats? Okay, so it doesn't have the ugly wood. Like that wood is ugly. Not gonna lie. I don't know what they thought. Okay, I like the floss finish though. Beautiful interior. Ooh, they have this cross hatch, just luxury. Oh yeah, no ugly wood. Oh yeah, and oh, so beautiful. All right, let's go to ChatGPT though. ChatGPT. Let's ask ChatGPT what happened. Oh man. Happened last week in the stock market. Okay, ChatGPT gonna give us some kind of a weekly overview of what happened last week, and then we're gonna see. ChatGPT gonna give us a weekly recap, and then I'm gonna ask it what to expect next week. So, weekly market highlights. Thank you, ChatGPT. So, our all-time highs across the board. The SPS 500 and the NAS composite closed at record high multiple times this week. During this time this week, the strong tech sector, micro, semiconductor, energy sectors. Okay, cool down. Also posted solid gains, finishing near its all-time peak, up roughly 2.3% last week. So there's the big jobs expectation. So June payroll data came in at 148 jobs versus they were only expecting 120K jobs, and unemployment dipped to 4%. Wow, lifting markets, especially mid-week. Okay, let's see. Ooh, look at this website. Oh man, this is great. You know, you can, if you want to dig into more details, why are you not utilizing ChatGPT to give you the fundamental and what's going on. What's going on in the what's going on in the market. You know, like you don't need to be an expert no more. You can just ask ChatGPT to like give you a recap. So that's what I'm utilizing. You know, utilize your tools, man. That's trading. So you got to know how to utilize your tools. Don't be too good and be stuck in your ways. You know, trading is only about adapting and who can adapt the best in certain markets, even in technologies. Because you know, they used to be paper trading, but there's tariffs. Uncertainty looms. Ooh, the 90-day pause, effective April 2nd, expires July 9th. President Trump is set to reinstate tariffs August 1st unless new trade agreements matter. Ooh, they are all-time highs, y'all. This was crazy. Not gonna lie, the tariffs, they will go crazy. Investor activity and inflows. U.S. equity funds saw their largest week in grown in eight months, with 31 billion entering primary and large cap and tech related funds. Broader rally, big tech beyond the big tech. So here's the performance. So this is the market drivers. So economic tailwinds. Robust job data and easing trade tension provided fuel for a sentiment shift, especially in small caps and other plays. Okay, tech surge. Nvidia neared a 4 trillion market cap, helping fuel the tech-led charge. Okay, cool. Possible headwinds: tariffs renewal on August 1st. And growing fiscal risk may press markets into the coming weeks. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's good to know. That's something to look out for. That's something to have in the back of our minds. If we are all-time highs, let's get out of here. Yeah. Like you're all-time highs, man. You know, market loves to pull back. We love a good old pullback, you know, and we cannot expect any less. Okay. In summary, U.S. stock markets enjoyed a robust rally last week, fueled by job gains, robust sector expectations, and easing trade concern. Yet, potential tariff reinstatement and fiscal uncertainty loom, making next week a key inflection point. English. Let me know if you like to deeper dive in any other sector's performance. Man, ChatGPT, man, thank you. Thank you for taking my job. I don't got to look for this. Damn. Okay. That's cool. I appreciate that, King. Thank you, ChatGPT. Thank you, AI, for bringing me this weekly recap, weekly highlights. And let's see how the past 5 days, how the market did. We went up 10%. 2%. I'm rounding up. Not gonna lie, I'll be rounding up. $11. Rounding up. You know, I'm rounding up. This is math. Quick maths. Then this is the SPY. This went up $14. QQ went up $10 or $11. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now, let's do Earnings Hub, man. Not gonna lie, I want to talk about Earnings Hub. Let's go to my earnings hub, man. Earnings Hub. Drop dividends here. Dang, look at it. Earnings right here. Boom. Dang. You know, like one thing I'll say about trading is do not get upset about you missing prior plays, because you're gonna miss more than you take. But guess what? The future one's gonna pay off way more than the ones you miss. So do not be pressed. That's why if you don't want to miss as much as you want to miss, do your homework. If you want to catch every play, not every play, you're not gonna catch it. It's impossible. Not even a super AI computer can catch every single play or every opportunity in the market. So you prioritize your stocks, prioritize what's gonna move, and keen in on those and do your homework, you will be profitable. Can I get an amen and toast to all the future millionaires that I've taught and mentored? But earnings, man. Y'all want to learn to play? I learned something, man. I learned something. I should be teaching. I should be selling this, man. Not gonna lie. I should be selling this knowledge. Not gonna lie to you. Not gonna lie. Because this knowledge is nasty. This knowledge is nasty. Ugh. 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 Earnings. Price went dip. So, you know what's funny about USF? This kind of makes me kind of question the importance of makes me question the importance of how even analysts can be dead ass wrong on some so you can't fully 100% rely on these analysts expectations. So let's go into weekly market cap. Look at this right here. You got ChatGPT, or you can read all through that. Let's go to what are we gonna look into? Oh yeah, right here. Boom. So this, what was it, last week? Yeah, I'm gonna go last week. So UCF had analysts praising and raving about it. That's the news. That missed results. A stock falls, shares fall after Q3 results. Earnings call. Yeah, summary. All right. So, what was it? UNF. Man, I swear, when I did a review of this, bruh, people were saying it was gonna go crazy. People still, but the low could be lower though. The low could be lower. He dipped. But I'm losing my train of thoughts. Let me go back to this. It's saying, oh no, that's not wrong. Boom. So, well, what? No, this is not the right stock. That's not the right stock. Was it PGRS? Yes, PGRS. PGRS. Am I tripping? Is it PG? No, PRGS. PRGS. Progress Software. Bro, the forecasts were very mixed. They're literally saying it was not gonna go anywhere, even though the financials look pretty decent, even though there was no growth. But if you go onto the stock market, bro, look, this shit cooked. This shit got cooked. But this was the funny one. GBX, right? So GBX. You saw GBX, bro, they were like, there's no growth. But this shit shot up. Bro, do you see the nasty work? Why they don't see growth? Is it not gonna grow? Is it not go up? I don't know. Analysts expectations, analyst forecasts. I don't know. You gotta take that with a grain of salt. Do your own research. Do not let because stock, they might see a stock, and they are. Let's see how this STZ. What's their expectations, man? Because I remember they had high growth expectations, but got financially cooked. But when doing your homework, always do your due diligence, and there's nothing guaranteed in the stock market. So everything might line up correctly and still fail, you know? So before I really start, I'm gonna start on my 7, the Magnificent Seven, the stock markets that move the market. So I'm gonna go and just refresh on my drawings, you know, refresh it. It's a new week. It's a new week. A new week. So, ooh, check out this. I didn't even take it. I just marked it up. But look, we are approaching this daily resistance, and you know, gotta be patient. Let it cross safely, and then trying to get in. Clear this, and I don't even know. Yeah, and then clear this up. So these are the Magnificent Seven. As I'm gonna play the little YouTube short hoser, and you're gonna have to do your research. You're gonna do your research. So what are the Magnificent Seven? Let's play this over. This is why I like these stocks. Oh, no,
The Magnificent Seven are 7 tech companies which make up 28% of America's total market capitalization as of 2025. They're magnificent because in 2024, over half of the entire S&P 500's growth was from these 7 stocks alone.
That's all I have to say. And lucky the way how these stocks are doing, they impact the economy. A lot of them follow. Shout out Apple, man. Damn. Great call. But gonna have to delete that. All right. We'll start out with NVIDIA, man. NVIDIA's all-time highs. But we can't forget about those tariffs. And we're gonna have to be patient. Because if you miss your entry, I'm not gonna say it's late or too late to get in, but I'm looking at it breaking this level right here. But for the longest, it was right here. So we broke these all-time highs. These all-time highs right here. And look, resistance became support. So this is our new support right now. It's a new support. Let's go in a 4-hour to see if we can find better opportunities. So price broke all-time highs. I can erase this, put a line right here, and call it a 4-hour resistance. Our resistance. I didn't even spell that right. Boom. And now you can see that the stock is, you know, at all-time highs. So, and it's breaking, you know, levels. We don't know where this stock end up, and we can continue to see the stock push above and beyond. But we do got tariffs coming up, so be on cautious. Be on the lookout for that. Those are resuming, so watch out for that. And then Microsoft, just go back on the monthly. So, bam, Microsoft is at all-time highs too. Dang, it's another stock that's at all-time highs. Been doing good since earnings. Been killing it since the earnings, man. Right here this week, great week. And wow, just amazing work from look at this. Oh, this was one of my plays. You know, hindsight is always 2020. But I'll mark this up, and I literally put a alarm here, you know, to get in, but did not. But hey, you can't get all the plays, man. Just look at your past mistakes, not even mistakes. Look at your past as a teacher. You know, you're driving the car into the future, so and the future might be uncertain. Yeah, I don't see any like daily resistance. I'm just seeing more of like price, you know, making, you know, 4-hour resistances, 3 hours at really high points. You know, we are all-time highs, so I'd probably put that down. If price is all-time high, just start looking for long-term, short-term support resistances. Okay. Then we got Google. Google's go on the 1 month. Start this chart. Not close to our all-time highs, but we are, looks like we are headed that way. We're seeing that the trend is definitely on the upside, which is good. Even on a weekly, we are creating higher highs, and on a daily, I think Google might be more keen for better opportunities. Looks like we have this daily resistance right here. So a daily resistance on a is when a price hits a certain point more than twice. That's how I look at it. If a price bounces off one and twice, that's a resistance, or it hits at the low point going downwards, hits once and twice, that's a support. My thing is, it's like you don't want to over trade those levels and thinking it might break through all the time. Sometimes price might bounce for longer periods. So I see that Google is approaching this level right here and it wants to break through. I want, you know, if Google breaks through, like it might head towards the all-time highs, you know, unless YouTube, you know, pays me $1 billion, then I'll see. Let's see this daily resistance right here. Boom. The importance of zooming out too. Okay, boom. And then we got the daily support right here. So we're gonna break that. So hopefully Google breaks through and ends up, but it might fail and go back to this support level. Did this twice. Yeah, and then on the 4-hour, can't do much but wait until it breaks out. And then now we're going on the Amazon 1 month. Looking pretty slick. Not near our all-time highs. Okay, I want to mark it up. Just draw a line. It's an ugly line. Can it be transparent? Yes. Let's do this. Let's do green. Cool. Price on an uptrend, on a weekly uptrend, which is pretty good. Prices head higher up, just breaking higher highs. And we broke this resistance. It's pretty fire. I wanna label this for my viewers. Boom, as you can see, price is looking pretty clean. And then right here, boom. Support is going to 4-hour. You see that. You see that, okay. See that price is showing some resistance level above the daily resistance, and it's probably on a 4-hour side. So price showed a resistance. We break through this resistance to continue on the upside, or will it bounce and fail and come back down? Then we got Apple. Apple's looking like it's trying to get out this range. It has been for really a month or so. It's been in this range, but oh, this is a great reversal pattern. As you can see, that price has created a bullish engulfing, and it's a continuation pattern. Price failed to close underneath this old resistance right here, and I had a markup. I marked up at the time, so this is good, showing that we can continue to go. We could continue to see Apple push on the upside, as you can see right here. The chart is charting, and then boom, then right here, same old support resistance. We broke those. That's the 1-day resistance right here. Resistance right here. And then we had our daily support. But last week, I noticed on the smaller time frame that we had right here, we got this resistance on a 4-hour, but it broke through. So now, can we see some play above this $215 level? I want to get a notification right here. Send me an alarm. Once price break that 115 level, we're gonna be popping. 215 level, we're gonna be popping. If we break it, hopefully price goes to all-time highs. But hey, in this economy, who knows, with the tariffs looming above Apple's head, and I know they'll be importing a lot of their products in from China and other countries, so they should be affected. And I'm gonna go back to what Google said, man. Go back to ChatGPT. Tariffs. So the April pause expires July 9th. So that's gonna be Wednesday. But Wednesday should see a shift. So be on the lookout, So we're gonna continue, and then gonna hear some news about tariffs, and that's might affect those companies. I'm gonna be quick here. Meta's doing amazing. Just seeing a complete uptrend. We're still on the upside towards our all-time highs too. We broke it, but we didn't break the resistance. We'll put this line here. Oh no. But, oh yeah, like that's light and faint. But we failed to break the all-time highs. But all right, failed to break the all-time highs. Let's zoom in. And we had resistance this level. All I could say is this. Up it up here, and we can see that 1-day resistance. Boom. 1-day support. Oh shoot. All right, cool. And hopefully, I don't know, seeing that price wants to come back to this, retest this level, we might get this popping. But we broke all-time highs, but we came back down sharply. Now Tezzy, the interesting love child of Tesla. Let's go back to Meta actually. Happening on the 4-hour time frame. We see that price is just doing price. Tezzy, the love child of the 7, still somewhat on a uptrend on a monthly time frame, but on a weekly, things have been shaking up lately. For the past few weeks, Tesla kind of doesn't have a clear trajectory of where it wants to go. But we did see Tesla retest this level of resistance from 2020 earlier this month. Retested, came back to it, and popped off. So let's do that. I've seen this right here. We are now, it's like resistance turning in support almost. So, you know, this was prior resistance. Now in the current market, this is our support. Yes, resistance can turn into support, you ask. And then as you can see right here, the market right here, Tesla is in this range. It's popping between these levels. It's going up and down, and it's bounced off more than twice. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So we have clear supports and clear resistances. So this is a clear support and resistance. We're gonna see where Tesla takes us. Within it, one thing I see is we had a support right here. We had a support for our support that Tesla broke and came back under, and now are we 1, 2 broke, you know, now it's back into it. Yeah, that's the Magnificent Seven right there. I just kind of went through them really quickly, but as you can see, everyone has their own story. Everybody's at a different price point, and everybody has tariff concerns, especially Apple. I know a lot of their products will being made in alternative smaller countries for cheaper labor, cheaper material parts to be brought in the US. So that pause ends this Wednesday. Tariffs pause ends this Wednesday. That's something to note. Tariff pause. Let me write that in my journal, my log. Let me write that in my log, actually. I don't have clothes right now. Okay. Notes, trading notes. Dang. Really got a pen. Where's the pen at, bro? Pen. Hold on. Give me 1 second. And my chair is cooked. My chair is broken like a mother. My chair is broken. Let me write my name. And it's not that good. David, all right. Trash pan right there. Gosh. Just throwing it away. This is oh wow, this is even worse. No, it's a little better. July. This is options. Okay, so my goal. Okay, so notes. Tariffs. Let me put that up. Tariffs. Pause. Expires July 9th. This Wednesday. Cool. Stocks on the lookout. Apple. I'm looking at Apple, man. I don't see Windows tariffs expire. I don't see how Apple stock does, you know. Also Nvidia's too, because they were struggling. Windows tariffs talks were looming and they were going to the presidents, you know, being their lapdog. Please don't tariff our product. Amazon too. Amazon is something to look out for too. Amazon, because you know they got their products, a lot of products coming from foreign countries. Microsoft, no, maybe Google, but Google I don't see. Yeah, they got Google have those they got software too. They need to sell. So that might affect that sector of Google. So yeah, that's something to look out for. This is why it's important to just do your homework. You know, something to look out for and not blindly trade and putting in our bread into something that we don't know fully. So that's it. I'm gonna go through quickly on the 4-hour, the other red listings. I already marked this up. So these are, I'm gonna do this bi-weekly, but it's looking like Carvana is approaching this target. Actually hit this target. So would Carvana break this level? And if it do, would it, come back to retest and do it differently? SPY, it's broke the all-time high right here. Boom. Then let's go to daily. We had not really a resistance, but we had a break here. Could have been resistance. It's not a clear resistance, but still a resistance because market did stop at that level. So it's not a clear resistance. It's not like, oh wow, we see that price is struggling to break a certain level. It paused there, came back, but we do have a clear support though. The support is clear. But look, we just broke all-time highs. All-time highs were right there. Prices continue to go into the 630s, hopefully and beyond. But the tariffs around the corner. We're gonna see they do a backflip on the downside. And then AMD looking pretty cool. Broke the resistance, clear resistance, because 1, 2, and it was like failed, came back, and then just did its thing. But on the upside, looks like we kind of failed, but this is a new level, and hopefully we can see some more opportunity. I don't see that many opportunity. Carvana bounced off this level of support, like it's allergic to it. 1, 2, 3, very clear level of support. 1, 2, 3, very clear level of resistance. Maybe comes back and continues on the upside, and then all-time highs are 170. So Carvana, doing a recovery run. And then Starbucks hit a clear, we see that Starbucks has another daily resistance, so we have opportunity, and every time price comes below. So let's be lazy. We are lazy folk. We are going to this is a clear resistance because price refused to break through, but also price is struggling to break this 95 level and continue on upside. So maybe with some more positive news, we might continue on upside. And importation of coffee beans, that might drive tariffs, and they're gonna go dive into. But the pauses are lifted, so MO is a clear resistance and support here. We see MO can definitely go underneath this 55 level, but it's bouncing between 55 and 60. Make up your mind where you want to go. Then we have Wingstop. Wingstop is clearly went underneath this level of resistance, and I drew it on the 4-hour price. Just failed to come back to this level right here. Very hard, just failed. It's been on a downtrend on a smaller time frame, but on the hourly, on the daily, we're still on this long time trajectory. Maybe we see a retest of this level, on a daily level, but let's see. And then we got Walmart. Walmart's in this great range. That's what I can say. This stock, gold is ranging right now. Just waiting. I feel like gold is waiting on the tariffs to be lifted, because that's very key. The tariffs are key. Yeah. No way, Wagman. No way, no way. Then we got Doge just doing a slide on the downside, downtrend, just man, struggling. Target is broke this resistance. It's clear resistance. You know, price was this $100 resistance on a smaller time frame. You can clearly see it a little better right here. Price you know, had also resistance within the resistance, you know, resistance within the resistance. And then we had MicroStrategy. We broke the daily resistance, but we're showing no signs of us hitting where our former highs were. Are we gonna, you know, are we gonna fail to push above these levels? And earnings were prior earnings, bro. They have not made money in the last 3 core earnings. So yeah. And then STZ, allergic off of the support, bouncing off cleanly. It's going to daily support. Look at it, just bouncing it off. And then we got Pinterest. Pinterest above resistance, but on a are we gonna push? Is it gonna push to this $40 level? And then we had Roblox, man. Roblox did its thing, really going crazy, man. And earnings are coming up. Are we gonna push this down up? Let's see how Q2 looks. XRP, we in this range, but one thing I don't like is that every time price broke the range, it's making fewer attempts to break in this level. So we might be on a downside. It's making you down. It's making you lower lows. So that's not a good plan. And now we're seeing PLTR broke this resistance, 1, 2 bounces, and now it came to retest before it pops off. So I feel like if I was a good trader, and then one thing I'll say, none of this is none of this is financial. This is not financial advice. This is all educational, entertainment purposes. Thank you. Come again. Don't sue my ass. I'm just showing you the light. I'm just shining a light to some stocks that you might, you know, not be paying attention to. I'm doing your homework right now by showing it to you. So don't you know, do your own due diligence. And then J&J, show can go lower by just making an uptrend, but it has failed to break this level of resistance right here. And earnings are coming up this next 2 weeks, so it's something to look out for. Robinhood just went crazy. FedEx broke this resistance. Hopefully we see a continuation. And then we got Chipotle. Chipotle was in a range, not range, but we had daily resistance. It finally broke it, and it's going crazy. It's going crazy. I like it. And that's it. I feel like I've looked at all the what's it called? All the stocks that I've had in my list, but I want to go back. I'll look at some of these. We might get some plays, earnings right here. So, this is so small. What is this? RCM. What is RCM? Price. What the? Is this new? Can we get summary? RCM is a provider of technology-driven solutions to transform patient experience and financial performance of the healthcare providers. Okay, RCM. Let's see what's RCM all about. Okay, their revenue has been growing every year, and then quarterly it's growing too. Quarterly is growing too. It's looking pretty good. Earnings. Actually, no, they've not turned a profit. Their earnings have been growing though, but they have not turned a profit. Last 2023, where they were turning a profit, then it started losing massively. Let me look at the chart. Let's see what the story. So chart it just shows, you know, historicals and kind of marking up and trying to predict what's gonna happen in the future. So what was the RCM? RCM. Are they even United States? This is even a US based company. What the heck? RCM, whatever. Actually, not whatever. RCM. Let's do the forecast. No price target data available. Damn, are they like brand new? I don't know. Let's go with something else. The earnings. Wow, they're dropping. Price. Where price has been stagnant. Okay. Let's go to earnings. The Japanese. There's a lot of stocks here. What is this? This is doing your homework too. Just saying. Caught $40. Why is the stock? What is this data? Can you even trade this? They got market cap $1 billion. Call. They don't have a forecast. Can I even buy this? Not the fireworks still popping. Revenue. Yeah. Weird. On the call. So this is not. Let's see this. Do this. This as ChatGPT. What the heck? You something on these fools. Oh, what they listed from the stock? It's critical trials. Okay, so there's some. It's not really on the. Go back on the calendar, man. Well, I was looking at call. What about this? This one of them too. What about this? Okay. Kind of. This looks like a normal. Getting cooked. Crypto. What is this? Okay, good earnings. Look like I got delisted. John. Did not copy that correctly. John, copy, paste. This is Nordstrom. Okay. Revenue slightly goes above fiscal year. This is Nordstrom. I didn't know this stock symbol was John. Nordstrom. Revenue, okay, grew in last quarter. Now let's see, annual and quarterly. Did not have a good fourth quarter. Maybe Q2 might be good. Ooh, increased earnings. This is Q4 because their Q4 earnings were good because they had Christmas. Duh. Cash growth, margin, balance sheet, total assets, total liabilities, share equity. Nordstrom. Can we see John in the stock market? Ski. Can I even trade this? Or they got, I don't know. Let's go back to the calendar. That's Nordstrom. Okay. About to get out of here. Can't find any stock that's normal. Dog, what the? It's all delisted. Me. Sure. I know this is tradable. No way. This gotta be tradable. This gotta be Aspirin Technology. $6. Income. Shit. Okay. Aspirin. Oh, I'm kind of lazy. Being more efficient. Oh, aspirin. I can trade this. My God. Why does it show $6? It's actually $6. I'm not tripping. It's 6 here. I'm not tripping. But I gotta go, yo. I'm starving. I am starving. I'll talk to y'all later. Love y'all. I didn't get to back test. I wanted to get a chance to back test, but I did not. But I did a lot of my homework. Did a lot of the back end stuff. Kind of took some notes on what to expect this week. Marked up some charts. Hopefully tomorrow I come back and provide more detail. I should be back testing on live tomorrow, so I want to do that. One of my key goals, but I didn't get to do that. The hunger got the best of me, but I love y'all guys. Hopefully y'all learn something, you know, on the importance of, you know, doing, you know, the homework. But yeah, thanks for joining. Thank you. But time for me to see y'all later. See y'all soon. Wow, you gonna trade? We live. Let's get it. Jesus bless. Bless the stream, man.
We throwing money in the airline. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We throwing money in the airline. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We throwing money in the airline. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. Throwing money in the airline. We jigging with a hammer, now we like.